Hey everyone, I'm Almar of almarsguides.com, and this video here is going to be a how to farm Kershore after all of the quote-unquote nerfs to the zone. Now, I'd like to start off by saying a lot of these quote-unquote nerfs to Kershore were just minor changes. All ArenaNet is trying to do is add some variety into what people are farming, because they don't want you farming the same stuff over and over and over and over and over again, which is usually what people do. And people really screw themselves over in that regard, because they're the reason the changes happen, because they're just too simple-minded to branch out and try new things. So in my previous video for Kershore farming, I covered these two locations and what to do in between. This is currently the only farming method for Kershore that actually still works. All of the other methods that pretty much just involve these two areas and maybe Joe Fast are now kaput, since there's too much of spawn difference in between the events. So if you YouTube Guild Wars 2, just GW2, 5 gold an hour, my video will come up with my playlist that still works, and it's the only thing that works for farming Northern Kershore. Unless somebody out there has copied, what I've done, then of course, mine and theirs will work as well. So, starting out, you want to pretty much port in at any one of these waypoints in Northern Kershore. Of course, you're going to want to keep an eye on Penitent and Shelters. These are going to be like the two main events that you're always going to be doing. So always check these two events. After these two events end, what you want to do is pretty much gather everything here. You can skip up here if you want. There's usually nothing good up there. Sometimes there's Ori here. Sometimes Ori can spawn over here. And usually you'll find a bunch of Mithril, Orion Truffles, Cypress Wood, or Elderwood logs over there. After you clear this whole entire northern area, you want to hop over and do R&D waypoint. Over here, there's a little event that has you kill tar elementals and stuff like that. Very, very easy to do. You'll do this event and then gather everything to the north here. Now, sometimes right here, there's an event that requires you to collect risen fish oil glands. That's an event that's worth doing as well. You can hop over, do that event too, get that done. So there's two more events you can do. Each of them will R&D waypoint will take maybe 3 minutes. Fish oil glands might take 5 minutes depending on how much you kill and how many fish oil glands you just directly collect. And then going a little bit further down, you got some more events. You got Gavborn right here. This town, there's like 3 events that happen here. It can either be under attack and you have to defend it. It can either be overrun and you have to retake it. And the third event, I can't really remember. I'm pretty sure it's actually just those two. After Gavborn, you go a little bit to where it says Bakir Sarai on the map here. In here, there's going to be a veteran spider that spawned. You have to kill the veteran spider, and then some guy will crawl out of the egg and be like, "Thank the gods you helped me." You help him, and then that's pretty much the end of the event. Then sometimes you can hop in on the Melandru event right there. And then, although I seldom recommend that, but continuing further down, this is one of the hottest gathering areas in the game right here. Or higher level, I guess I should say, Kershore in the game, blah, blah, blah. Right here, you'll get Orion Truffles, Omnon Berries, you'll get Ghost Peppers, you'll get Lotus Root all along the coastline here. You'll get pretty much everything. Elderwood, Mithril, sometimes Ori, everything. And also right here at the village of Iwan, by this skill point, there's an event that happens. It'll require you to protect an explorer variety person, and after you protect her, a veteran chicken will come out and be like, "Roar, die," and then you kill the veteran chicken, and then that's all for that event. And that's pretty much all there is to that little area here. Now, you continue a little bit further east, and you're going to run into Joe Fast's waypoint, which, as you can see right now, it's defend Joe Fast camp against risen attacks. Very easy, very straightforward event, and if that event isn't there, you'll have an event that starts here at Shelter's Gate waypoint to escort War Master Joe Fast, oopsies, all along Noose Road. I wasn't even moused over that and it linked it. All along Noose Road to Joe Fast camp, pretty much. And also there's an event that spawns at Shelter's Gate right here to escort, I can't remember her name, but she wants you to look at gorillas and stuff. Historian Thea, I think, and she'll be escorted to about here. The escort will be one event, and then after the escort ends, there'll be another event to protect her from the gorillas that attack. And those are the northern events in Kershore. Now, if you actually do things correctly, and you do all of these events in a rotation, there will be no downtime. It'll take you about 30 minutes to do all of the gathering, all of the other events during the downtime, and to circle all the way back around. So if you start, say, right when Penitent ends, and you start gathering all the way up here, and you cycle around, circle down, and then you end up at shelters, usually you'll be there, while it's popping. But I do recommend keeping an eye on these two events, since these two events are the biggest money makers. Keep an eye on them, see when they pop, and you'll be able to port to either one of these waypoints, to hop in on those events. Now, also when Penitent loses a wall, there's an event that happens to escort a pack cart to Penitent. Also really easy to do, and strongly recommended you do it. Now, I strongly recommend you farm here in numbers. Don't farm here solo, even though you can farm here solo. I recommend you bring a few people. It'll make the event harder, it'll make more mobs spawn, and thus make it more profitable for you. But if you follow this loop-de-loop that I made, this loop-de-loop pretty much, then you're always going to be getting active events that spawn. Actually, I passed over the spider there, but you get the point. I went over each of the different events that spawn and that are easy to do solo. There are a few more events, like you got planks. Sometimes there's a guy wandering around out here, which I actually think wanders out there now, that you have to kill. Also, champion risen a guy, and also broodmother spawns over here. Those are all of the group events that you probably won't be able to solo, and even if you get 5 people, chances are of you being able to solo them is low anyway. So that's really all there is to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully after all the Kershore changes, you can still make some decent money off of it. Now, aside from that, guys, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you're wondering about how much money you'll make an hour, you can probably still push about 5 gold if you come out here with a few people, you stack magic fine, and you keep a good rhythm going. You definitely make a halfway decent amount of money. So aside from that, good luck, guys. Happy hunting, and hopefully now you can enjoy Kershore post nerfs. See you guys around.